Good evening, my dear brother and sisters. I think I'll be more intimacy when I call you as brother and sisters instead of ladies and gentlemen. We are supposed to be talk about the Women's Day, how the women have come up, and we recently got Sunita Williams, the moon and all. So women is nothing less. We are here to discuss about it. First, we'll start with the commander, then we'll come with the other one.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Firstly, a very good evening to all of you. As we have gathered here to celebrate the Women's Day and to see how women are working in today's various fields, I feel it's my privilege to be here and I feel honored for that. As ma'am has said, shaping the future, shaping our lives, this doesn't start at once. The major role in anyone's, be it a woman or a man, it starts from their home. If I say the strongest woman I know is my mother, she is the reason that I am donning this uniform today. And when I walk through, I feel the pride on my father's face. That is what I feel achievement is for me. So if I start from that, I belong to a very humble family, proper Punjabi business class family, I would say, where no one has been in any job also. And I'm the only child of my parents. So when I was doing my college, and since my childhood, my mother has always engraved this thing in me, that you have to do something good, you have to become an officer. And then during college days, when I encountered one of the army officer, I got so much motivated from him that yes, this is what I want and I will wear the uniform one day. Then as we know, people from the society, they are saying, oh, you are a girl. They are telling my father also, she's the only child. How can you send her to the forces? That's the normal societal norms we have. But then my father was like, no, let her do what she wants to do. And then we'll see. If she succeeds, that's good. If not at all, then she can do something else as well. And that is the day when my passing out parade was there. And you might have seen on the TV also that when the parents put the stars and the ranks, that shine on my father's eyes, that made him feel so proud that day. And after that, those people who were saying that, you can't send your daughter, now they've started saying, doesn't matter if you have a girl or a boy, the child should be like her. That is what they are telling my father now. So that is what the woman has to be strong, and she has to depend on the family as well, who can support them well. Like today, I am a mother to a 4-year-old. Still my mother is supporting me. Because without her, I will not be able to manage my things. So that's how one woman can help the other women to have a successful life. And for that, the woman who has to do it, she has to do the hard work, she should be dedicated, and she should not let anyone dim her light. So thank you so much. Now I would like to know the story of other women officers also who are with us.
Thank you so much, Komal. It is so nice of you to tell about you, how you brought up and how you joined the services and all. It is a motivation to young ladies who are here. Next, I'll hand over to let us see one.
Good evening, everyone. Myself, Vidusha. I'm working as assistant professor in School of Excellence in Law. Like how Komal ma'am was giving her inspiring experience, how she has crossed over all the hurdles which she faced. I just wanted to mention one thing. I gave big hopes to my father and mother that every day, now and then, I'll inform them that I'll be a big person one day in my career, I'll achieve great things, I'll reach greater heights. And many of the hopes were announced as false hopes by the Almighty. I was not able to succeed in many adventures and many endeavors which I have thronged to. So after my failed attempts, after my failed endeavors, it was my mother and father who stood with me, and now I am here as assistant professor in School of Excellence in Law, which I consider as my big achievement. Ages passed, years passed, my personal problems were literally eating me away. But let me tell you one thing, education, experience has nothing to do with the love and caring which the parents showers us on us. So the person who inspired me was none other than, again, like how Komal ma'am was telling, my mother. So when I took this topic, when this topic was given to me, her, who is that her we are talking about? See, if you look at the panel, we have persons from different professions, but we don't have a homemaker here. We don't have a person who is building the house here. I'm working on this project for the past 3 years, and I am fighting for this, as in, why India is not ready to pay for the housewives. But when I start this particular question, of course, I'll receive brickbats, because I'm equating economic value to the love and consideration our mothers are pouring on us. But we are missing that her. We are missing that invisible labor who is there 365 days, who is there 24/7. And with the inspiration which I received from my mother, I vouched on the Almighty that I'll fight for this. Till my last breath, I'll fight to ensure that all housewives, homemakers are also achieving, are also receiving Himalayan heights, are also successfully enduring their success in their daily lives. But why aren't they getting unnoticed? So I asked Brinda ma'am, who actually called me for this event, so who are the panelists? I was searching at least one woman representing the household or one woman representing the home should be given the chance, because all the success here, because of them we are here. The invisible labor, the Almighty's hand which I refer. So again, I'm here to represent them. And thanks to the moderator for giving me this chance.
Thank you so much. Without a housewife, no man can be here. Why do you think that we are the best in the world?
I would like to add something, ma'am.
I think Tamil Nadu government is giving some money to the housewife also. So gradually we are coming up. We are so low before. The girls are not even sent out of the house.
Sure.
But now we are better. So I suppose we will come up again.
Sure.
Thank you. Now hand over to my left side.
Good evening. Thanks to the organizers. Thanks to the accomplished co-panelists. I am Saraswati. I am the Secretary General of the Madras Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the oldest chamber here, just 189 years old. And probably, as she said, I was also wondering why I am called. The one reason could be I am the first woman Secretary General of 189 years old. I'm sure it may not be by design. I'm sure of that. Even when I joined 15 years back, or it is slightly more, I was asking the question. I was just going through the history. There was only one woman president, and I was the first woman Secretary General. So that itself says there is a gap. There is some dots to be connected. As you said, probably as Komal said, you know, we require more role models. We require more proof of the concept. And that way, in a way, I'm happy that I at least happen to be that, and probably I could see what best I can do, as Ms. Vidusha said. At least in our own field, this is a diverse field, though more of lawyers here. But basically, that's the thing. And Komal said she was the only child and there were apprehension. We were four daughters. I am the last one. So my case was, even when I used to be young, 4 or 5 years old, when I go with my father, I think we all owe a lot to our parents. So, you know, we come from a very conservative locality, a typical Tamil Brahmin. And they used to say if there are 5 daughters in a house, even a king will become a pauper. Arasano Andiyavan. That's the Tamil proverb. They say if there are 5 daughters in a family, he will become a pauper. So my father used to immediately react, because I was the 4th one. And people used to comment, be careful, don't have one more girl child, you will definitely become a pauper. My father used to react immediately saying, no, in our case, in my case, my daughters will make a pauper a king. I'll become a king sometime. So that becomes a sort of a motivation in a very, very unknown age. I wouldn't say we know everything at that age, but something as spark came. And continuously probably that had been there. And especially in today's context, when we talk about scripting her story, probably that is where I feel every woman has to take that lead. You know, otherwise women empowerment is not about strength. It is about the ability or a freedom to make choice. That is really lacking in very, very different situations. Anywhere if you see, at many levels, I'm not saying only at a middle class level or a high class, everywhere. Either it is openly said out or not said out. So that is where, as Komal says, if one woman stands up and speaks for herself, it is for so many women, and after some time, many generations could benefit from there. It is a bit of a tough job, especially for a groundbreaker. In fact, I used to read the story of Muttama, who was the first IFS woman. In 1949, they say the rules was that they cannot get married. The women who joined, because she was the first batchmate for joining Indian Foreign Service, and she has written in her biography saying, whenever I go along with my husband, they will receive my husband thinking he is the diplomat, I have accompanied him. They were not ready to believe that she is the diplomat. And she had to take it up as a legal case. When her question came and when she had to get married, there was a condition, work condition, she has to sign a bond. She refused. She was asked to say either she will not get married, or if she gets married, she has to take prior permission from the authorities. Now we have traveled so long away, miles have crossed. See how we have all benefited. Adil, thankfully, we don't have in any of our profession, though say indirectly in IT sometimes, they are worried about the project they are asking. In fact, chambers like us used to fight that. Why should you ask a woman when she joins whether she is going to get married, or she is in the family way, things like that. So that is where probably I think more women voices have to come. More people have to start writing their script as well as the script for others. Because unless we do that, if we are not in the decision table, we will only be at the receiving end. If somebody writes the law for us, we have been for generations hearing, we shouldn't do that, women shouldn't do that, shouldn't do this. But basically, that is where probably we will all have to break that bond. I would say, in my case, I can say, in fact, I went for an interfaith marriage. I married a Muslim. That choice I had to say. I mean, I need not have to make a mention here, but I'm making it because I had the opportunity to do that for me. I could take that decision because I thought, whatever I feel right, I should follow. It shouldn't be someone else's decision that is thrust on me. So we still have to go a long way, I would say, but hope we will see those good days shortly.
Well said, madam. Yes, we are coming up. We are coming up. We are nothing less to any man here. We are coming up. So next I'll hand over to Lilian.
Thanks so much. First, I want to say how grateful I am of being here in Chennai. I was born and raised in Cuba before I moved to France, but I've been living here for 4 years, which means I don't speak Tamil. Unfortunately, if not, I would have a more deep knowledge of the city I live and which I like, and I have been very well received. So thank you, everyone in Chennai, for the welcome they have had to me and my family. So I have a different story from the ones here. Actually, I have a very accomplished mother. My mother, she has written 20 books. My mother, she's a published author. My mother has a career and very successful in that. And then I also, my father, he has a very successful career, both of them. So I cannot say that I've made myself. So I have come from a background where I have a family with my father, where my grandfather was also a poet, recognized, who introduced modernism in literature in Latin America. So what happened with me? So I have to say, I'm very different from what everyone was expecting for me to be. Everyone was expecting for me to be very accomplished and be like my parents. And then I was for a very long time. I studied law in Cuba. I practiced. I was a judge. In fact, I was heading a court, and I was a civil judge. And then I moved to France. And then in France, I studied again. I passed the bar exam, and I was a lawyer in the Paris bar. And then I got married. And then I had to make a choice. And then my husband received a job, and then we moved to Buenos Aires. And that was the day I stopped working. And then I said in Buenos Aires, I'm going to study again. And then I studied again. I decided to study art because in my family also, we collect art. So I studied art appraisal. And then I decided I'm going to do something else. But then I stopped. So when I was talking here about the woman that stopped working and became a housewife, I am one of those. So I am very proud, and at the same time, I will tell you what it means becoming a housewife. Because you all here are women that work and have always kept working. which is very different from the women, millions of women here in India that have done like me, that had studied, had a career, had something that they thought they were going to build by themselves, and they found themselves building a house, building a family where they are very proud of, but there's a moment there's no one in the house. Now my kids both are gone. My daughter is doing a college degree in France. My son is finishing, actually he studied college here. He was the only Western student in his college here. It was very good. I am very proud, but now he's moving abroad. So now I am back. And I decided some years ago and then to go back to my career. I have been very grateful to have a friend here. He's accompanied me here. He has supported me. He has accompanied me, and he was the one who invited me for the first time to a gathering of lawyers. And I said, I want to go back to this. So what I can say to everyone sitting here is that in every house here, there is a woman probably that stopped working and had all the capabilities and all the wit for a reason or the other, decided to build a family and stop. So I said, I am privileged enough to be able to do what I want and have the time now to work without being paid, which is something that is not that easy to do. I believe deeply that everyone should be paid for the work they do, because this brings about a recognition that the non-paid work doesn't bring. So even though I am able to work without being paid, so regardless of the visa status. So if I want to be paid, I have to change that. But regardless of that, I am able to do it. So, but think about it. You know, so many women that you know, that if you support them and then if you encourage them, there will be a moment in life that they will be able to go back to work and find a paid work. So in India, unfortunately, we have one of the countries with the less women that are working in a paid work. So if all these women that are, most of them have an education, and even those that don't have an education have an inspiration, have a knowledge they can share. If we can support all of them, that this will enrich the whole country, because bringing women back to work in a work that is paid is something that is good for the economy also. So I am that woman that stopped, that was very accomplished, and that want to go back to work in a way that I think I should be paid, and I am fighting for it. And hopefully I have a lot of support. But then think about all the others you know. So all the others you know that you can lend a hand. All the women that are around you, that they stop and they can do something. They can, and then think about them, because here all of us, we have a career, but we are thinking about our mothers that stopped to do something. My mother, she didn't stop, hopefully, and then she had a career, and I am so proud of her. But she gave me a support different from the support of staying at home. My mother could never come and take care of my kids or anything like that. She had a career, and she had to go ahead. Even now, my mother at 76, she's still working. I am very proud of her. So think about it. We are accomplished because we had support in the way we have, and then we should support all those women that want to work. And then when I received the WhatsApp to talk about it, I said, what advice you should give to, I don't have an advice direct for young girls. I said you should stay your ground, but you should keep close to what you studied, to what you did. You should keep friends with the people you work with, because these are the people that can come back later. You should keep studying. You should keep being, it's when you talk to someone that keeps working, if you have not studied, the conversation will be different. So if you keep studying, you keep like 1 feet nearby work, you have still an opportunity to go back, even though you have been out of work for such a long time. So this is what I have to say. Thanks so much. I hope I can help anyone that wants to change.
Thank you so much. Everybody shared their experience. And it is my turn. I should share my experience, how I came to this stage. Have you guessed how old I am? Anybody can guess how old I am? No. Nobody can guess. 87. Mind you, I am 87. Because my father educated me in those age itself. We are not supposed to come out of the house. I am standing here because my father, being a farmer, he educated me. He made me to study, so I am standing in front of you all today with the proud. Well, I was born in a very small village. There was only about 300 houses. I was the first girl to come out of the house to study. I had to walk up and down 16 kilometers for education. Up and down 16 kilometers from the age of 11. Imagine how hard I had. No roads and only all the jungle ways. But the people were good. My father was so brave. Yes, she wanted to study, let her study. I completed my SSLC. During that time, I was waiting for my result. My mother fell very sick. And she was supposed to be operated immediately, otherwise she will die. Those days, no, I am talking about 56. Many of you may not have born also. So we put her in the bullock cart and took her to Madurai hospital. Those days, about 60 kilometers. Whole night we traveled. There she went. She has to be operated immediately. And the hospital authorities that anything happens, hospital is not responsible, either the signature formality. While signing, she thought she is going to die. She told me, because there is no hospital nearby, you become a doctor and make a hospital. I said, okay. Luckily, my mother came out well. You know, this all happens. Those days, I was taking a composite mathematics. You have to take science group for applying medicine. I had to take composite mathematics. So I was not even eligible to apply for the medicine. Other also very difficult also. So I saw the nursing advertisement. I joined immediately. I took the training in the Rajiv Gandhi Hospital. Those days was General Hospital. It is Rajiv Gandhi Hospital. I completed my training in 1960, nursing training. I was working in the Karnataka, that is the Chettinad Hospital, that is Rajas Annamala Chettiar Hospital and all. So the 62 China war, though we lost the war, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru gave a radio speech. There's no TV and all those days. But radio is it is a luxurious life like that. If somebody has a radio, it is very luxurious life. Today, everybody you see in the WhatsApp talk to children abroad and all. So he gave a speech, everybody to join the services. So I being a lady, those days, now Komal is here. Those days was not allowed. Only the latest, only ladies are allowed to be in the service. Those days, only doctors and nurses in the service. So I joined immediately. I was selected. I was sent to Allahabad. I got about 100 dips in the Triveni Sangam, where you all got the Triveni Sangam now. And when I was on leave, 1965, Pakistan was started. I was on leave. They recalled me. My villagers thought I am going to fight. Oh, our Muthulakshmi is going to fight like that. They did all the puja and all. They sent me to. Went to Amritsar. Then immediately, Allahabad. From there, immediately I was sent to Amritsar. Amritsar, while traveling, there was nobody in the train and all. Only first all compartment, one was empty, one uniform was hanging army. I went and sat there. Because they all the blackout and all. So he was very happy. He was a doctor going to Jalandhar. We had a good time. The Punjabi used to come and give us all the food and all. We were instructed not to take any, they may poison you, because we don't have spice and all. So we went there, Amritsar. Somebody came to pick me who's known to me. When we got out from the train, there's a big radar train. So immediately pulled me and went into the trenches. I said, what is happening? No, you come late. So we waited for 5 minutes. Then the clear sign came. Then we came out. Then he told me this is all you have to learn like this. Amritsar, lot of casualties. Just here to Waghabad, about 15 kilometers. Lot of casualties. I don't know how to say. We never go for any sleeping and all. When you finish the work, sleep there only. And lot of casualties. You don't think about it. That you have to take some rest. You have to do all the things. Nothing is there. I still remember one incident when we call us one senior man of the army, means Subedar. He was about 50 years old. He came with the bullet injuries, and all the injuries with the mud and all he came. I was getting ready to go for the operation to remove the bullets and all. I was talking to him. I was just talking to him to divert his attention from the pain. Suddenly he raised the watch, give this watch to my son, died. I just cannot even think about this moment he spoke to me and he died. When the son came to take the body, we hand over the watch. He promised, Daddy, I passed my metric. You are not here to bless me. But I do will join the army services. I do will serve the nation. See, the father died. And still the motto of the boy, he says, I too will join the service as I promised. So it was just a good experience. The South Indian, many of them don't know about Pakistan war and all. The Punjabis are well aware of all the problems, what all they found when the partition time and all they were. So this all happened. Kamaraji came and he was so, my district collector went and honored my father. So I was happy in the service. You must be thinking how I was in the nursing service. Now I am a lawyer. I did the law, I am a notary public, I am a mediator, all the things I am doing. How it happened? It is from the white nursing uniform to black lawyer's uniform now. Those days when you are married, you are not allowed to go for further studies. So I did the law, I took the permission of Army headquarters. I studied, I completed law and enrolled in now. Now, let me talk about all gentlemen should not feel bad about it. It may be hurting you, but should not feel bad about it. Okay. Now, what is woman? First thing, she is a good daughter. Second thing, she is a good wife. Third, she is a good daughter-in-law, mother. Then she comes the mother-in-law first. So she has to cross all the 5 stages to become a good woman. I think most of all of the young ladies only 13. So when the daughter is coming to the teens, the mother to guide, as Komal said, everybody said mother is the good model role for them. So mother plays a very important role. We call motherland, mother tongue. We don't call fatherland, father tongue. So father comes later. So mother is the motherland. Without a mother, nothing can move. Nothing can move. Without a lady, nothing can move. I'm telling you, nothing can move. I meet some other people, old people who lost their wife. He says, I don't want to live because my wife was there, she was taking care of me. I don't want to live. This word come from the 87 years old man who was a director, retired as a director. Okay. Now tell me, I will tell you something about ladies' right. Under about 10 minutes. Okay. Ladies' right. Ladies got the equal property. She has got the property right. She has got the equal right. She can claim the property. She can marry anybody of her choice. And if she marry without your willingness also, she has got the right in the property. That's one more. Now, I do the mediation. So they send the lady. So when young couple came for the mediation for divorce, they came to me. So I spoke to them separately. Then boy said, both are engineers, mind you, both educated engineers. Boy said her mother is the cause. Her mother is living, the girl's mother is living with the daughter. So I said, next time bring the mother-in-law. She came. I asked, what is the problem for you? No, both of them working. And early morning, he should do the paper and she give coffee to him. I said, what's the problem for you? She is giving coffee to her husband. Who knows, whole night he must be pressing her leg. So rather you should be happy. They are having a happy life. So this all things should be avoided. You are taking care of your daughter's family. Only help her. Don't do misunderstanding. So other one case came. This is the boy's mother is staying with them. She won't mind daughter giving coffee to the son. What is her complaint was, oh, she's helping her mother. I said, what is the problem for you? What is your son? No, he's engineer. We spend so much of money. So he's engineer. I said, when you expect, what is she? She also engineer. When you expect your son to give you all the money to care of you, what is the problem if the girl will help the parents also sometime? So this all can be avoided. And what I say is, young children, young husband and wife, youngly married people, why can't they think their own? Why do you listen to the parents also? What is good for you think? When a daughter-in-law get married, come to the house. treat her as your daughter, not as a daughter-in-law. She will never leave your feet. When the daughter-in-law and mother-in-law are happy, the people at home are happy, there's a happy life. So what I want to say, treat the daughter-in-law as your daughters. Daughter-in-law, daughter-in-law, but treat as a daughter. She'll be happy and you will be happy, then Mother Meenakshi only ruling. So there's no men will be ordering us. So thank you all so much. I hope we didn't bother you.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful session. May I request our chairman, Sir, Mr. Prabhakaran, sir, to give away the mementos to the dignitaries, please.
Since we are running late, I had to interrupt, Mom. So as we were talking, the sir told army personnel, they used to be on time. So yes. And special bow to your uniform, Mom. Thank you, so inspiring. And as Vidusha ma'am pointed out, all homemakers, she reminded me of my mother who is toiling at her home all the day. And maybe they need not to be mentioned. And they don't need a spot here because they're all multitaskers, aren't they? They're all multitaskers, yes. And Lilium ma'am, the fusion of art and law, that was staring and very new to all of us. And as Saraswati ma'am mentioned about interfaith marriage, I think that is the very much needed thing in Tamil Nadu especially, ma'am. Thank you all for having enlightened us on this particular topic. Thank you. And now, to felicitate our moderator and panelist of the first group discussion, I request our first lady of our firm, Pravda ma'am, to felicitate retired Brigadier Muthulakshmi ma'am. Also, Varsha and Varna, you may please join us on this stage, please. I request Pravda ma'am to felicitate Deputy Commandant Komal Mohindra ma'am. I request Pravda ma'am to felicitate Sir Saraswati ma'am. I request Pravda ma'am to felicitate Ms. Lilium Bodhi Lanes ma'am. Thank you all. That was a wonderful panel discussion. I request the moderator and the panelists to occupy the seats of the dais. Also, I request Pravda ma'am to felicitate Vidusha ma'am, Professor, the Tamil Nadu Dr. Ambedkar Law University. Yes. It's never late to ma'am, that's why.